Random trivia you need to know about the first ever reality TV series. The Loud Family, the cast of An American Family 1973, was recorded for 7 months and they only captured 300 hours of footage, which was of course edited down to the 12-hour series. If we do the math, 7 months is approximately 210 days. We're talking about an hour and a half of footage a day. Why the discrepancy? Well, they were recorded on literal film, like film stock, which is fairly expensive. So to save cost, the camera crew would show up with all their gear, but they wouldn't necessarily record unless there was something worth recording.
Alan and Susan didn't film a lot every day. They may only filmed an hour and a half, but they were subject to our schedule. They would come up, they would stay with us for most of the day, and then if something looked like it was going to happen, Alan had to have the instinct to pick up the camera and start filming then.
So literally they had a camera crew, sometimes only 2 people, just sitting there with their gear, waiting for something important enough to happen, which meant the family was still surrounded by camera crew, even if they weren't technically being recorded. And it also meant they knew the types of scenarios in which the camera crew would suddenly pick up all of their gear and the film would start whirling. And towards the end of filming, the decision was made to stop production because the family was getting boring. There wasn't much going on anymore, possibly because the family didn't want to be recorded anymore. And of course, film and paying the camera crew for several hours a day was fairly expensive, and they felt like the content no longer justified the cost. Bill Loud, the father, grew up during the Depression and was a World War II and Korea vet. He served as a PT boat commander during World War II and was part of a unit tasked with clearing away the bodies of fallen US soldiers. And we're not talking just 1 or 2. There were reportedly 2,500 fallen American soldiers on D-Day, and that was his job as a roughly 23-year-old to clear away these bodies. That has got to do something to you. Kevin, the second oldest child, was first introduced to the camera crew while he was at school. Kevin had no idea they would be there. Coincidentally, it was election day for class president and Kevin was one of the candidates. He assumed that the camera crew was part of the local news station and he was extremely confused when the camera crew kept following him around even though he lost the election. What a weird way to realize that you are now a reality TV star.